I don't think I'm going to start a new series on this, but I would like to introduce y'all to a book that I've really enjoyed reading. I read it a number of years ago, and I'm restarting it again. It's called There Is No Messiah and You're It: The Stunning Transformation of Judaism's Most Provocative Idea by Rabbi Robert N. Levine, Doctor of Divinity. In it, he talks about how the Amidah, the standing prayer, many of the petitions that we present to God are really things that are in our own purview to do, period. He initially tells the story of a young girl, a Christian girl, who shared a Passover Seder and who asked the question, why do you leave that cup untouched for Elijah? And when she got the answer, eventually asked, well, why don't you do those things yourself, referring to making the world a better place? And I guess that's the true question. It is, of course, God that gives us the real power to do what we need to do. And we don't really believe that God needs our help. But there are passages in the Bible that do reflect that righteousness will come when the Jews have turned away from sin, rather than in order to turn them away from sin. So let me read you part of this chapter. This is called You Are a Potential Messiah. So what I'm really saying is this: there is no Messiah and you're it. All that some people throughout the ages believed could be accomplished only by one imported Messiah sometime in the future can happen here in your lifetime by your use of your enormous God-given gifts. You were created with messianic potential. Moses was chosen, anointed by God for a mission. So are we. We are created with the ability to respond to God's messianic call. If ever we sense an irresistible impulse burning within us to do something we didn't know we wanted to do or were even capable of doing, that may very well be God's call to us, not to wait for someone else to arrive, but to be God's partner on earth. He goes on to ask questions like, what exactly is the Messiah to do? Why has it taken so long, etc.? But I think the true answer to the book is the title, and then the questions that he asks later on and recommends that each of us ask every day. How will I be Messiah today? And how will I greet Messiah today? Obviously, the being makes sense. The greeting, who knows if that other person standing at my door that I run into in the supermarket that passes me on a busy highway might not be likewise a messianic figure. And how will I greet them? How will I treat them? What will I learn from them? I hope you'll think about buying the book. It's a really good book. I don't own stock in the company. I just think it's a really, really good book. And it takes you through the Amidah and other parts of Judaism, and actually talks about some of the false messiahs and even the Golem. So give it a watch. Give it a read.